one of the really tough decisions that entrepreneurs have to make is what's the right legal structure. I want to accomplish this. I think I have an emerging business model that I'm still testing, but am I a nonprofit? Should I be a for-profit? And all of these new hybrid organizations. It's very complex and it can become overwhelming. And so some of the learnings that we've had at the Points of Light Civic Accelerator have been that your form really needs to follow your function. You don't make a decision about your legal structure first. You have to be thinking about, what am I trying to accomplish? How does my business model work? Where does the capital need to come from? And what is my long-term vision? How am I going to scale my impact? And as you think about what the drivers are of your business or nonprofit, that's going to point you in one direction or another. You want to reach out to legal experts, but also talk to marketing and branding experts. Talk to your potential donors and funders. Nonprofits have a trust that they build with users. There's a certain branding lift that you receive by being a nonprofit. You're able to tap into, obviously, philanthropic funds and donors. You're tax exempt. And you can run a for-profit if you're a nonprofit. You can have a for-profit subsidiary, a wholly owned subsidiary. So you have to think about, what's my mission? What am I trying to accomplish? How do I need to build trust? And is it with consumers or is it with users? And am I selling something to consumers or am I engaging individuals in part of what I'm building? That will point you in one direction or another. And certainly, for-profit has access to different kinds of capital and often can scale more easily depending on the kind of business model. So I know this sounds a little bit vague and it's not giving you a direct answer, but what's very important is that it's not just a legal question. There are a number of implications on the structure that you choose. How, when, and where you raise capital differs between nonprofits and for-profits. What your positioning is in the market and what your branding is and how you're perceived and how you build trust is different, the for-profit or nonprofit. The governance structure and the entrepreneurial control that you have is different. You have a board of directors in a nonprofit. The for-profit, you're answering to investors and you're answering to advisors, but you sometimes retain more entrepreneurial control. But it looks different in both nonprofit and for-profit. The team and how you attract talent is different. There are some organizations I know that have stayed as nonprofits because that's the way that they can really attract the kind of talent. There are others that have said, we're looking for really hungry individuals that want to stake. So being able to give equity is what drew in the talent that I needed. And I really needed to have tech talent. I needed to bring a certain kind of talent. So being for-profit was more essential to what we're trying to accomplish. So there is a lot to think about, but it's more than just legal implications. You really want to be thinking about, what am I building? What difference am I trying to make? What impact am I trying to make? Where is my money going to come from? Am I selling something to consumers? Am I engaging? Do I need to engage philanthropic donors? And that's going to point you in one way or another, and get lots of advice before you make that decision, and to know that you can change. You can change. So you usually need to make a decision relatively quickly when you get that first check to figure out, what do I do with it? But you can switch as well down the line. So you're not wed to it. So don't also put too much pressure on yourself to make the decision. Just go with where you think you're leaning, and you can change it